Alright, what is going on, everybody? I am Outer Space Gaming, and I just recently got done with my stream today, where I streamed Lasers, which is a pretty obscure game. I'm sure, well, nobody really saw it, but anyways, that's not the focus of this video right now that I'm making. What I wanted to share with you guys is a brand new update on the 3D print for the astronaut figure. Now, if you guys don't know, in the last update video I had posted regarding the astronaut, I had showed you guys this. So this was basically the second version or the second iteration of the spaceman that I am printing out, and there were a lot of flaws with this figure, and I'll just point them out briefly to you guys. So one of them was the oxygen line not actually touching on the figure. Another one was the actual arms themselves, as well as the lackluster ball joints that I had made for it. And then another thing was the actual pins that go into the legs, or into the torso from the legs, had snapped off. So there were a lot of issues with this figure, and I wasn't quite satisfied with the outcome of it. So I wanted to change it up just a little bit, not a whole lot, because I like the overall sculpt of the figure. So what I ended up doing is, over the course of about 2 days, now this did take a very long time, and I'll go in depth as to why that was. I ended up printing a new version, and I wanted to share this with you guys real quick. So here is the new version of the astronaut, and he's waving hi there. But I'm gonna show you guys this because honestly, I make these videos because I do want a little bit of feedback, and nobody really comments on the videos. So if you guys are watching this, definitely feel free to leave a comment on what you think of these figures, because any feedback does help, as long as it's constructive and you're not just, like, you know, shitting on my stuff or whatever. As long as you say that you don't like it, as well as a reason why, then it's constructive, and it allows me to make better stuff, because these are going to be things that I'm going to be giving to you guys. And I will let you guys know in the future how that's going to pan out. I'm not really going to be giving them to you, so don't think it's going to be like me just handing out these figures, because these are not free to cheap. I actually do pay for the filament for the prints. But anyways, I'll move into the figure now. So as you guys can see, this figure actually, so the reason why this took so long is because I actually printed out each individual piece as one build, basically one print. So for some of the components, I do have to increase the infill capacity to 100% on these, like, smaller portions. So like right here on the arm, so this mounting bracket needs to be put at 100% infill, because otherwise, if it's too shallow or if it's too hollow, then it just breaks real easily, and it's very, you know, not good. So that's the reason why this one is significantly heavier than this one, and you can actually see the difference in the actual figures themselves. This one is a lot more of a deeper blue, and this one you can actually see the lines going across. So this is not going to be super representative of what is going to be given to you guys, because like I said, the infill is just way too high, it uses way too much material, and it takes just way too long. So there are too many things that are not good with that. So I'm going to be dropping the infill so it's more equatable to the old figure as far as the overall texture and the look. Although this one does look very good, I'm probably going to be hanging on to this one as like my own, but there are some things that I wanted to touch base on as far as moving forward with the figure, and then maybe some finalization and some polish regarding it. And then once I get everything set up, and then I'll have the announcement for what I'm going to be doing all this stuff for, and what I'm going to be doing with this as far as past that point of how I'm going to get these to you guys. So obviously you guys can see that instead of the static plugging in for the arms and the legs, I now have a little bit of movement in them. You can see that now there's a full 180-degree movement as far as the shoulder is concerned, and then there is top and bottom movement as well. So I made this system is pegs instead of basically slots. Very simple construction, so it just basically plugs right in there, and there you go. But it does allow for various different articulations and various different poses. So if you want him flying off, you can even bend the legs back, because I do have the same thing going on with the legs. So you can have him in a seated position, you can have him in like a free fall position. So I just wanted to do a little bit more with the figure, and this is pretty much more akin to what I want the figure to end on. I'm going to be redoing these joints. I'm probably just going to do like a disc in the middle, and then cut the arm, maybe make it wider, and then have it like so it's not this big fat bracket sticking out of the shoulder. It looks a little weird. So I'll have to do some more modeling with that. But for as far as this goes, this is pretty much going to be the final product. Everything else is exactly the same, so I didn't actually change the model on here. I didn't change the model on here. I didn't change the modeling on the legs, aside from a little bit of a farther back heel. I didn't want to make it too weird looking, so I did only just bring it back a little bit. He can't stand up on his own still because of the backpack. The backpack is incredibly heavy, especially with 100% infill. This thing is hefty. But same system here, so obviously you have the peg in the back, and then regarding the head, there is no swivel there, so I think I'm going to be changing the head as well to be a peg system, just the same as the arms and the legs are. So that way you can have like a little bit of a swivel on the head. You can turn his head, so making different poses and stuff, just the same way as the arms. And these legs are on swivels as well, so you can swivel the leg out. He's doing a little kick there, a little jam, having a good time. That's pretty much the majority of it. I just wanted to share this with you guys because I wanted to show you that I am making a little bit of progress on it. It's just very slow for me because the printer that I have is very small, and it's actually a printer used in schools, believe it or not. So my ability to print out these parts, as well as piece everything together and then figure out what's wrong with it and then reprint it, or if something breaks I have to reprint that as well. Like when I printed this for the first time, every single one of these brackets broke, and on top of that, when I actually elongated the backpack, this one you can't really see it that well, but it is a little bit more elongated, so it's now more down past the torso, and it's more up by the neck. So this is them side by side, like lined up perfectly at the neck. So you can see I did make adjustments to the backpack. However, I did not make adjustments to the actual peg that goes in here. And since I didn't change the torso length, this piece right here, this little piece, it was way too long to fit in here. So I actually like pretty much just destroyed it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah, that's not how it's supposed to look. It's supposed to look like a perfect rectangle. So I'm gonna have to change that as well. But like I said, it's just kind of hard with one printer. And then trying to just basically work off of the prints that you make to find out if it works or not. Like I have to, like you kind of have to print it to know if it works, because it's different in the model than it is as from the printer, because obviously you have like excess material, and then some of the dimensions might not work out the same as you would as when you made them inside of that program. So a lot of trial and error has been going into this figure. I'm really excited though. I really like it, and I like the fact that his legs and stuff move. One other thing I will point out though is that the movement is a little bit too much. It's a little too loose. Like you can see the arm is just kind of loosely flapping around there. So I want to try and make something a little bit different, but I'm not too sure how I'm going to end up doing that. If you guys have any ideas, definitely feel free to let me know, because I'm very new to this and any sort of help would be very helpful. I did look up some videos, and they had like this crazy, like it's like a ball, and then you have like an arc around the ball, so it swivels like that, but then the ball goes into the figure. And I just don't know if that's something that I would be able to do. I'm sure I would be able to do it, but I don't know if I want to go that extreme with it. I'm not building these figures to sell at like a Walmart or anything like that. These are just fun little things that I wanted to do for you guys, for what I'm going to be requesting basically from you guys. And this is kind of something to give to you to kind of, remind you what it is that you're helping out basically, without saying exactly what it is, because I want to wait until it's all ready before I announce anything. But speaking of announcements, I do have something big to tell you guys. And other than the figure, like I said, I have been working on other prints. I have now opened up a shop for the bracelets that I make. I have all kinds of different colors, and I have all different kinds of links. And I did order some white filament, but unfortunately Amazon really screwed up my order, and they gave me PEGA or something like that. Let me see. They gave me a different type of filament. I kind of have to use PLA. So the filament that they had actually sent me, I think it was PETG or something like that. I think it was PETG. Yeah, it was PETG filament, and it doesn't work in my printer for some reason. It just does not stick to the hot plate. So unfortunately, I don't have white at the moment, but I do have yellow and blue, and then I don't have any printed out here, but I also do have gray filament, not a whole lot. But I just wanted to let you guys know that these are live in a shop on Etsy, which I will leave a link in the description below if you guys want to pick one up. They're very nice bracelets. Now I will, before I give them to you guys, there are a lot of things that you guys were gonna have to tell me as far as like specific requests and stuff, because of the nature of the bracelet itself. I need the sizes of your wrists. I also need the colors, so there's nowhere for you to really see on Etsy like what the colors pertain to, but the primary color would be your link, and then the secondary color would be the pins. So what I would suggest, just because each of the links and each of the pegs are the exact same, is to do all of the same color, and then I'll try to, on every order, I will try to include one pin of a different color, which will allow you to kind of indicate or clarify which links will be actually removable, or which pin will be removable, because I would suggest gluing these like I did with mine, because although I've never had any of the pins slip out, and quite frankly, when I had the other design, I had like a thicker link system, none of the pins fell out, but it just kind of has, you just kind of get that ease of mind, knowing that nothing is going to fall apart, and everything is going to stay structurally sound. You really only need one link to remove, or one pin to get the bracelet on and off. So if you guys don't want to though, and if in the future you want to get like another bracelet, or you want to get a bracelet for a significant other, and then maybe you guys want to like switch, go half and half, or alternating links, or something like that, then I can understand why you wouldn't want that. But it would be heavily suggested if you guys do end up going to that site and ordering one for yourselves, because it would be beneficial to, like I said, glue them in there, just because it's very crude. It's just a little pin that goes through some plastic. It's basically just plastic and plastic. There's no like clip mechanism or anything like that. But I do have these up on the shop, like I said. So if you guys want to pick one up, I would definitely appreciate it. They're only $10, other than if you get a mix match of colors, because then I have to print one color, change out the filament on my printer, and then reprint, and then print that next color. So it just makes it a little bit more cumbersome and a little bit more time consuming to print double colors, which is why I just added a couple bucks on. But $10 is a pretty good deal, I'd say, for a bracelet that is pretty durable, pretty rigid, and obviously it's going to be waterproof. You're not gonna have to worry about anything rusting, because everything on here is plastic. So I think it's great, and I wanted to let you guys know, because I really want to start getting these out there, because kind of in the same way that they have Crocs and stuff. Crocs are pretty customizable. I actually have some. I'm not gonna go grab them, but I actually have some, and you can get like little pins. So I think that customization factor about these bracelets is really what makes them unique and what makes them stand out. I'm going to be going over to a family member's house today, and we are going to be building our own bracelets, or I'm going to be having them build their own bracelets using the parts in here. And I know I showed you guys in the other video, but I just wanted to show you guys again that if you do order these bracelets on Etsy, you can actually request up to 3 different links with different symbols, different pictures, different whatever. I will have to model it myself, so that's gonna take a little bit of time, for me anyways. But if you guys wanted something simple, like maybe your initials, maybe like a simple like little like model, basically, I'll show you guys what I have here. Let me just move the light so you can see it a little bit better. So basically what this is their initials and a heart in the middle. I don't know if you can see it that well. I don't know how well the camera focuses that closely, but yeah, you guys can request something simple like this. So S and a C and a heart in the middle, because like I said in the previous video, they are a couple. So if you guys are planning on getting these for maybe like a significant other, or maybe your parents, maybe your children, if you're older. I know a lot of my demographic is a little bit older. So definitely feel free to check that out. It would mean a lot to me. And I really hope to really start pushing these bracelets out. I opened the shop just yesterday, so it's still pretty fresh, but I also will be adding different stuff on there, different stuff that I print, maybe some different ideas that come to mind, maybe like some rings, maybe even more than just jewelry, so like maybe like some shelving, like small shelving. And then maybe even the figures if you guys don't want to get them the other way. I'm going to be able to give them to you guys. So just some things to keep in mind, just a few updates that I wanted to let you guys know. Um, and that's pretty much everything I have for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the updates. I hope you guys are actually interested in just at least checking these out. I mean, just give them a look-see and see if it's something you might be interested in. They're good for kids. They're good for adults. One thing I would suggest, though, is not sleeping in them, because I did do that. And because of the rigidity of the actual material itself, it does become quite uncomfortable on the wrist. I'm not going to lie. But other than sleeping, and then when I'm gaming, my wrist rests on the mouse pad, so it does make it a little uncomfortable then. But like just going out, or just like having just a cute little thing to have, it is really really nice. And maybe in the future, I will do something more with it. I'm not entirely sure, but I think for now this is pretty much where it's going to be sitting at, in terms of like the actual design of it. But very good, very nice bracelet. And you guys can see that while it's on my hand here, the pins don't move. I mean, I can just shift this thing all day and it's not gonna move. So definitely check it out. Definitely feel free to leave me some feedback of what you guys think. Um, because like I said, this is still all pretty new to me, and I just really started getting into this, and I really started getting into it, which is why I'm able to kind of do the things that I'm doing now with it. So sorry if it was just a lot of talking, but I wanted to let you guys know, because I think it would be nice to give to you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much everything that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have a good weekend, and y'all take care. Peace.